There's only one way to put this. All right. No. Okay. I'm going to say this once and one time only. You are a clown. Now, you may think that's always a bad thing, but it's not. To be honest, I know you have a certain type of goofiness towards you that you only let people close to you see. And I want you to have that same confidence when it comes to everything else, because your fear of looking stupid is holding you back. First of all, what I like to do is start off quite small. The way I built my confidence up is making a fool out myself. If you've been here for a while, you know I have done some outrageous, outlandish things. Now, no, I'm not on the top majority and I haven't done anything too stupid, but I felt like I've definitely almost crossed that line, all right? That's all I'll say. Now, in terms of me making a fool out of myself, for one, I already know what it feels like to be embarrassed. We all do. We all know what it feels like to work hard on something and then we get shamed for it. Or for us to feel super confident, super positive about something that we've done and everyone just laughs at us. That's just absolutely normal. And every single time this has happened to me, I've had a lesson learned. And although it took me a while to build myself up, now I feel like I have a certain amount of confidence. I mean, I'm literally sitting here in front of a camera. So what I want you to start doing is little things. Sometimes when I'm with the missus, she don't like when I'm goofing around outside. She feels a little bit embarrassed. Do I? No. Because you get to a point where you stop caring what people think about you. But at first, you're going to care. Some people will tell you that by the click of your fingers, you just won't care. I'm not going to sit here and tell you to post something online, act all silly, and then see what people say, and then it won't hit you. No, I'm not going to lie. You're going to have to go through it first. You are going to have to look silly and get used to what people say, and then realize what people say doesn't really matter. Because it doesn't matter what happens on the exterior. It's all about your interior. What are you telling yourself daily? How do you actually feel? How are you interpreting this information? When someone is hating on you, okay, are they wishing they were you? Because let's face it, you got fans. There are a lot of people wishing they were you. 2, are they just saying it for the sake of talking? And 3, is it actually funny? Is it actually something hilarious? I'm not gonna lie. I sit around and sometimes I look at hate, or when someone says something to me, all I can do is laugh because that was funny. Or 4, the last option, is there actually truth in what somebody is saying? Now, I want to relate it back to your fear of looking stupid is holding you back. Sometimes, not sometimes, all the time, to make progress, you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone. You can't expect to progress without any progression. If you're doing the same thing over and over again, that's the definition of insanity. And that's not insanity of you working hard and you grinding away, because you're doing the same thing over and over again, not getting any results, but expecting them results. I need you to switch the plan. I need you to, when something isn't working, don't change it straight away. But once you've been there for a long time and you know deep down when you've been there for long enough, I need you to change. And I also need you to remember that regression is a part of progression. Sometimes you got to fall back 2 steps to go forward 3 steps. That's just how life is. That's just how it works sometimes. I'm not going to lie, look, even with the channel, I'm the type of person, right, is I have a lot of ideas and sometimes I put stuff behind me to focus on a new idea, but I drop it quickly. That's something I'm currently working on. You could even say, right, this isn't crazy to say, that with my YouTube videos, I slacked off. They were doing well, they were getting traction, and then I did sack off. I got consistency in my bio, stay consistent. I didn't stay consistent. I'm human. But I'm trying to come back. And I will be back. And I will have to switch the process now. But what's important to understand is now that I'm focusing on a second channel, it almost feels like a getaway, because now I'm trying to get that channel monetized, trying to get it to 1K. I'm doing videos, and guess what? They're guaranteed to do well because I just understand it. But I'm not trying to ramble on to why it's going to be a bit harder on this channel, but it doesn't even matter because my original goal wasn't about the views, wasn't about you watching the ads. It was literally about getting out to people and just making them remember what they already know. I just want to give out reminders. I'm not here teaching you new things you don't know. Maybe I'll change your perspective. Maybe I'm helping you. But the main thing is for you to remember these things that I am saying. You need to understand that you're going to have to make yourself be silly. I want you to be silly. I want you to act like you don't care, even if you do care. Because sometimes when you fake it till you make it, that actually works. If you act every single day, let's say for a week, you act like you don't care. Deep down you care, right? The internal. But on the external, you acting like you don't care. You don't think if you get into a routine, a habit of not caring, you won't care about what people say. Because it's going to happen eventually. If you put yourself in that mindset, it will just happen. But it happens over time. You need to get used to people talking about you, people laughing at you. You're going to have people judging you. You're going to have people second guessing what you can do and what your abilities are. But that is the point. That is how you get confident. That is how you stop caring. That's how you start to lose that fear. You got a fear of heights. When you go up a couple times, you're probably still going to be scared. But if you do it over and over and over and over and over and over, that's when you lose that fear. That's when you lose it and you stop caring what people think. Because I think that is probably the worst disease ever. To constantly be who you are and be afraid of expressing yourself and the art you contain inside you. Because that art is going to come out either way. As an artist, we're all artists, right? That's going to come out either way, but it will only be smaller because you're not expressing yourself to your fullest capability. You're not, because you are too afraid of what someone else can say. And the funny thing is that strangers, what they say to us, why do we even care that much? They are so insignificant, so small. Somebody you don't even know, somebody you're not even seeing face to face, and you care. I understand a family member, I understand a friend, but a stranger, a complete stranger, you care about what they say. Nah. Stop acting like you're insecure. Stop acting like you're small. I need you to fake it till you make it. I'm not gonna lie. People say that's a bad thing. When it comes to something like this, you're gonna have to do it. You're gonna have to get used to the beatings. You're gonna have to. You're just gonna have to. You're gonna have to get used to people second guessing you and judging you and telling you can't do it. Because they're gonna think it is silly until you do it. That's basic, the most basic thing. Everyone says it online. I might as well say it too. They're gonna think it's silly until it works. It happens every single time. So the main point here, I want you to make a fool out of yourself. I want you to be goofy. I want you to act on those ideas straight away. I don't want you to second guess. It's bad enough that we all contain self-doubt. And then we also think about what other people will say. We do. And let's talk about self-doubt for a second, because that is another killer. That's another killer of dreams, doubting yourself constantly and constantly. Now, let's just start off like this, right? All of us have at least achieved something. Let me put it into simple terms, right? We thought that we couldn't do, like for me, example, when I first started to do dips, okay, if you're not into fitness, whatever, I first started to do dips. I only could do 5 dips, right? I was like, man, I could only do 5 dips. I don't even feel that strong. I could do a lot of push-ups. I could do a lot of pull-ups. But dips, man, they just feel draining for some reason. They felt so draining to me, right? So I'm doing 5 and I'm thinking, man, I'm not too sure if I can even get to 10. I'm not too sure. But I kept working on it again and again and again and again. It was grueling. It was killing my shoulders. I'm hearing people talking about their pecs getting tired, even though I'm not putting any weight to it. It's a bad exercise, blah, blah, blah. Now I can do 35 clean dips. I'm talking about full looked out. You can look at the footage. I'm not just talking. You know, it's just real stuff here. 35 clean. Now that is something simple, but we all have something simple like that where we doubted ourselves to the max and then we did it. Do you know how many times, even with this YouTube stuff, all right, last thing I'm going to say about me, then I'm going to talk about you. Do you know how many times I even doubted myself? Till this day, I still doubt myself. And I have 59,000 subscribers. That may not seem like a big number to you, but that's a huge number to me. Even when I got to 1K, even when it was grueling, when I got to 5K, I was like, damn, I'm not gonna lie. Because I knew that everything's supposed to happen for a reason, but it's still like, wow. Like, I'm actually getting there. I'm actually getting there. It's grueling. I'm putting in the hard work. My videos might not always get views. I might not be getting, like, I might not be a millionaire or whatever. Cool. But I'm doing it. You know, I'm doing it as a job and I'm still doing it. You are going to make progress. The more you put in, the more you get out. It is that simple. You're gonna have to make a fool out of yourself, because the more times you are fooled is the less you'll care, because you're gonna get used to it. It's gonna be just a part of your life. It's gonna be basic. You're gonna be sad. You're gonna be doubting yourself. You're gonna be questioning what you're even doing, and maybe even listening to the people telling you what you're doing is foolishness. But as long as you have some sort of enjoyment out of it, as long as you find it fun, then you can do it non-stop. Then you can at least tell yourself or convince yourself to keep going, because as long as it matters to you, that's the only thing you should care about. So remember, your fear of looking stupid is holding you back. Look stupid over and over and over again, and you will not care, because it's already happened. The chances of you looking stupid are high. They are high. I'm not going to lie to you. You're going to look dumb. You just are. The first time you do anything, you're going to look stupid. You just are. But when you do it over and over again, there is going to... Look, practice... The practice is in the pudding. Practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes progress. So, with that being said, remember, your fear of looking stupid is holding you back. And it is spreading. How long are you going to let it hold you back? That's my question for today. Anyway, that's me for the day. I'm going to catch you tomorrow. My God.